Good evening, happy Friday everyone. As you can see from my posts today, we've actually got the full sale that's gone live, which has been lovely because we were a little bit, personally I was a bit disappointed that we'd got a couple of items at the start of the week to share with you, so I'm absolutely thrilled that I now have the full range of sale items to be able to share and spread the word about. So I'm going to go through the products, the makeup side, and I'll touch on the other products that are in the sale, but I'm probably going to do another video tomorrow about the Good Skin Day, how to use it, and the oil, but perhaps I will just cover the makeup mainly this evening. So sorry for the bad look again and the windswept hair. It's Friday. I've just sort of enjoyed a glass of wine with my hubby and a lowdown of our days, and I thought, well, I will share with you, but I've realised that I've left my beauty. Sorry, it's not the best to start. So the element that came on was like, oh, where's she gone? We're looking at some wardrobes. So Beauty Bistre I covered the other night in one of my videos, but I'm just going to put sort of base on because I'm going to show you the sculpting palettes that are in the sale. With every beauty booster that you really great, you've got flat edge, you've got like a curve, precise areas. So this is not something I would normally use for application just because I've got so used to using the brush, but so you can just see how easy it is to use. I thought tonight I would give this a try, and you never know, I might fall back in love with it because I did used to use it. So again, as I said the other day, it's about blending. This is a really light tinted moisturiser, slightly heavier than a tinted moisturiser, but not as heavy as a foundation. Hi Michelle. You can't watch me put my makeup on. I don't do girly things, nor do you, not really. Oh, I'm really embarrassed now. I've got one of my very good friends watching me. Go away, Michelle. I've blushed. So I'm going to pretend you're not there. So this is just going to be to set my base this evening. I'm not even going out. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to take off my cleanser, toner and moisturiser all in one go. I look beautiful. Can I put my makeup on before you tell me I look beautiful? But thank you. I love you. Okay, so just a very quick base. I've not gone overly accurate tonight because otherwise I'm going to spend ages talking to you about something I spoke to you the other night about. So I'm then going to just give myself a whip over. Hi Denise. With my soft focus. I've got everything else in it. I haven't got my soft focus, so I'm just going to give myself a whip over with my brush because I use this with my soft focus all the time. Okay, and then the products I want to show you, sale products. Let's get to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to do blusher first. So we have our sculpting palettes which are in the sale. They're lovely. We've got 3 colours. We do our bronze sculpting palette, which has 3 shades. It's a contouring palette. We have our vintage rose, which is one I normally use. So I'm going to show you this one and the coral blush tonight. I'm going to do 2 different sides so you can see the colouring, which is that one there. Try and see the colour more corally here. So what we have is that the bronzy one is obviously suitable for all skin types. I'd somebody that prefers a blush or a bronzing palette. And then the blusher colours just sort of fall down to, again, personal preference, but you might find that sort of fairer to medium skin tones would go on the coral blush, and then your warmer skin tones would go with the vintage rose. One of the ladies on my team is a makeup artist, and she actually, when she did my makeup, put the coral blush on me, and I'd have never ever imagined using coral blush because it's just really sort of peachy and vibrant, which just isn't me. But I was really quite shocked at how it worked. So she'd looked at me, engaged my colours, and obviously it's what she does, so I trusted her. So it's why I'm sort of prepared to show you both tonight, because then you can see, based on my colouring, you can see the colour that I am here today, and you can then see which one that you think would work better for you. So angled brush. I was terrible when it came to contouring when I first joined Tropic. I'm not a big makeup wearer unless I'm going out, and as a mum of 2 small children, I don't do out very often. But if I do go out, then I'll put my makeup on. But I was really nervous about this, and I used to sort of squidge my kabuki brush into a line in the hope that I could get my contouring lines, and it just didn't work. And then I used an angled brush, and it made such a difference to the application. So The instructions are actually on the back, which you can't see because it's mirrored, but it does tell you that actually just step 1 is to shadow, step 2 is to colour, and step 3 is to highlight. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You can get into technicalities if you know what you're doing with contouring, where you'd use your step 1, which is the darker one, to sort of catch almost like a number 3 on your cheek. So you're going to come down the cheekbone here, highlight the areas here along the jawline. Now, I'm not into contouring massively. I'm not like the youngsters that are out there today that know what they're doing, giving that chiseled look, but I do know what I like on me when I'm going out, which is what I'm going to show you. So, as I say, angle brush. This is the Vintage Rose. So I am going to dab it into the palette. Going to suck my cheeks in, attractive. And I'm literally going to draw a line. Okay, so you can already see the difference. I'm not obviously going to go out like this, but that's going to create a shadow here and give me the illusion of better cheekbones, because I don't have great cheekbones. Then I'm going to use my favourite colour, which is the Vintage Rose, which is the middle one, on the apples of my cheeks. So I'm going to smile, hi, and I'm going to put this on the apples of my cheeks here. Okay, so I'm sort of just doing almost 2 lines. Then my favourite brush ever, my kabuki brush. So as you've seen in my other videos, I use this brush for my beauty booster to put on, my soft focus, and now I'm also going to use it with my contouring palette. So multiple uses with this brush. So it really is a good brush to have in your makeup set. And then I'm just going to blend these colours together. Now, I don't want them to be blended so much as I can't see them, but as you can see just in that light, you still got the slight shadow from the contouring, but I've got the peachy cheeks to go with it. And then I'm just going to highlight and catch with the highlight, and it's shimmery, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can't really see in here, but I'm just going to catch, you might be able to see when I put it on a little bit, and just go up around the eye socket to highlight the top of my cheekbones, my non-existent cheekbones there. And then I'm going to also touch on the shimmery highlighters as well from the other day too, because that's what I then use to catch here and up here as well when I do my eyebrows. So then I'm going to look at, which is the other one, the other blush palette, which is the Coral Blush. It's quite hard to see with the reflection, but it is, that's better, look, I've got the angle better there. So that's a really good reflection actually, it's the colour that it is. So now they're all slightly different shades in here, so this is a little bit lighter, as is the contouring one, so I'm deliberately going to look different. So again, I'm just sucking my cheeks, so I've got that line of what I'd like to create. See how much more pinky it is? So the look that I had when Michelle came online earlier and I got very embarrassed. This is my embarrassed look normally. My kabuki brush. Hi Chloe. Oh god, that's somebody that can apply their makeup. She's going to be looking and thinking, what the hell is this girl doing? Good evening, hope you're well, gorgeous. And then the highlight bit again, just to catch the top of my non-existent cheekbones, just to try and create the illusion of some. And this is a little bit lighter. So you can see, just, I've blended it because I don't like it to look really heavy, and you can build up, but if I build up loads and then people watching this video, they're going to think the makeup's awful. So actually again, when I look at this, having not worn it for a little while, I do really like the peachy colour, and maybe I will treat myself to a Coral Blush sculpting palette whilst it's in the sale, because I've got to say, having seen it on in the summer, I think that's really quite nice. And the third colour, which I'm not going to put on because I only have 2 cheeks, 2 sides, and this is the bronzing one. So these are quite shimmery, and as I say, if you're into bronzing, then this really is the palette for you. Some lovely colours in there, but if you like a blush, then look at the Vintage Rose or the Coral Blush. These palettes are down from £24 with 20% off, makes them £19.20 if my maths is accurate. And they do last a long time. The only thing you've got to be careful with them is not to drop them. We don't have any talc in our products, in our makeup products, so they are really gentle and lovely, but if you drop them, they are quite fragile, so just be careful with your compacts, but they do last a really long time. So that is our sculpting palettes. I'm just going to sort of move fairly swiftly on, otherwise we're going to be here all night, and most of you probably got better things to do on a Friday night. Okay, brows. So brow palettes, brow brush. Okay, again, I think I touched on this the other night in my video. We've got a dual-ended brow brush, one that's got a nice thick fat end, which is for when we're using our stencils or just for a bit of blending, and the other end, which is like pencil fine, and it's really, really good, just getting very fine line. So we have 3 colours in this. We have, they come as a dual palettes. This is a creamy highlighter, which I touched on the other night, and with the highlighter, I'm using our cream highlighters, our shimmery ones, because they're really, really nice for this time of year. But this comes as part of the palette, so if you're happy with this as a set, then it's absolutely perfect. It's going to do the job. And this is our taupe colour, so this is for our really light blondes and our redheads. It's got slightly, I say gingery, but that sounds sort of quite, well, might be negative. But I would personally, if you're on the lighter blonde side, I would consider looking at the ochre. Hi Laurelie. I'd consider buying the ochre and just going lightly with it. I know that one of my customers, Pip, bought this initially, and we did actually have to change the colour for her. We do have an amazing 30-day money-back guarantee. That means if you're not happy, we can just swap it over for you, or if you're really, really not happy, which never happens, you can have your money back. So I'm not going to be using this one, but I wanted to show you the colour. So that's taupe. The cream highlighter in all of them is virtually identical. This is the ochre, and I'm going to use ochre tonight and the Bistre as well. So the ochre is for, I would say, for most colouring, unless you're a dark blonde or a brunette. So I'm aware I can hear Charlie, but Paul's here, so he can come up and deal with him unless he screams like mad. This is one I use day to day, but the Bistre is much, much darker. So it'd be interesting to see tonight, because I'm going to put it on the other side for you, just to see how well it works for my colouring. But it's also really good for covering up the grey hairs. So, fine edge. Get really close for you tonight. It's much different to doing it in a mirror actually, because it's not quite as obvious. Line. So I'm literally, as you can see, I'm fairly lucky. My mother gave me her eyebrow shape, and I think I'm lucky anyway. She would say I'm lucky. And I'm literally just following the shape of my own eyebrows. So you can see the difference from one to the other. I did a makeup pamper party the other evening, Laura Easton and her guests over in Brighton, and it was just makeup, and we did brows, and it's quite amazing actually when you start demonstrating the brows, how people just totally fall in love with them, and they go, I just need that. Yeah, ladies that were tinting their brows, they know they can save money by having a palette, because they're not going to be paying for the tint on a regular basis. And I've got to say as well, I mean, I used to pluck. Don't have to pluck too many, because if I didn't mention, my mum gave me really nice shape eyebrows, but I get the odd stray one under here, and so I used to pluck. Whereas since I've been using this, because you're drawn to what's there, I don't feel the need to pluck, and I'm quite anti-plucking anyway, because I know that as I get later on in life and I get older, I'm going to be like, oh my god, why did I pluck my eyebrows? I've not got any left. So I kind of try to leave them alone. And this product always used to be, as I said on my video the other day, so apologies for those that have watched both, but I used to be I won't go out unless I've got my mascara on kind of girl, whereas now I've even been known to put my brows on before I go to the gym. If I'm back from the school run, I haven't had a shower and I've been to the gym, I might put my brows on, a bit of concealer on my bags, because it's sort of, I feel almost a bit naked if I don't put my brows on. So this one is the ochre, and then this is Bistre. So you can see the colour, it's quite a bit darker, and this would be for your sort of really dark blondes and your brunettes, but predominantly brunettes. Hi Nikki. Nikki also likes brows. So this, I've got to be careful I don't make myself look like a transvestite, because this is much darker. And you can just build this up. So if I'm going out, then, oh, I quite like that colour. I've always just used the ochre. I quite like that. So if I'm going out, then I'd probably make them a little bit darker. And we had a Moulin Rouge theme for Glambassadors last year, and it enabled me to sort of really go quite heavy on the brows and quite heavy on the makeup, full stop. But that colour I like. So I found myself 2 sale purchases this evening, and you can see it is darker, because actually I can see it's almost made that eyebrow lift up a little bit more than the other one. So look a bit uneven. If I tilt my head, does that straighten me out a bit? But these are down from £18 for the palette